to Finding Calm in the Chaos. I am Denise Sith, and this is my podcast. Hello, 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 my friends. Happy Wednesday. It's Denise. Welcome to another episode of Finding Calm in the Chaos. We're in November. We're almost at the end. It is crazy. Let me tell you. And I'm still decluttering my house. I've taken breaks in between. My house was not like cluttered up at all. But I have noticed, though, the more things, just random things that I get rid of, the better I feel about stuff. It's pretty remarkable. I'm just saying. And especially for me, I cannot put up holiday decorations or move into a new season unless I have cleaned my house, like deep cleaned it. It's just my thing. I don't know why, but it is. I just slammed my hand into the microphone. Sorry. Anyway, so I wanted to do a little update after last week's episode. A lot of you reached out to me and I appreciate that. But the update is that, I feel at peace with my decision. We're talking about my sister. I feel at peace with my decision. I feel it was the right decision for me and my family. And the door is open should I see, that there can be a relationship for my son that is a little more stable. That's always open. But for me personally, there just is no added value, love, God, involved to have that much vitriol spewed and then think everything's going to be okay. So I'm okay. I am totally okay. I'm not only okay, I'm fantastic with the choice that I made because it shows the growth that I've made in, as many of you have noticed, and I appreciate that, and that I just can't anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting too old for any kind of nonsense in my life. I just want to enjoy my life and my family and my community that is surrounded with Christ-filled lovers. And I want to stick to that. Know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. But we are still decluttering the house. And when I say we, I mean, I still got Mr. Sith in the garage who legitimately the last time we had a garage update when he was cleaning for Boy Scout popcorn. Yeah, that's where it ended with the Boy Scout popcorn. So it looks like that once I get rid of the holidays, I'll literally just be in there with a sweater and get rid of stuff because I need to start doing the basement, period. And I have to finish the kitchen. I started doing the kitchen and then I'm like, why? I got a lot of stuff, but see, I need a storage area, which would be the basement normally for stuff that I need because, it's a great piece of kitchen appliance or utensil and I'm a chef and I would like to have it, but I don't need it sitting in my cabinet or my drawer. You know what I'm saying? I know. So we were talking about some stuff, right? So how decluttering makes you feel. And so I've slowly been feeling better, autoimmune wise. And then also I had that fall, over Buster and I jacked my ankle up that I had the surgery on. That is slowly getting better. I don't know if it's getting better. I showed it to my friend Cheryl today and she was like, yeah, still looks swollen to me. I don't know if it's getting better or if I've just become tolerant of it once again. And I'm okay with that. I'm totally am. I'm like, whatever. I started doing castor oil packs on it and I've adjusted my supplementation once again because I'm all paranoid that these constant bouts of not being able to remember stuff, a word I'm trying to recall or why I walked into a room, we call it mommy fuzz or we blame it on a ton of stuff. It ain't normal. It ain't normal. So I'm trying to see if I could boost that doing certain things. Most of it is basically keeping a clean house, eating a good diet, which I already do, and also just keeping your mind occupied, which I do. So going to continue to do my crosswords, continue to do some Bible studies, continue to do my crochet to keep my mind away from the dementia. Know what I'm saying, my friends? So about decluttering, I read that 40% of couples argue about the clutter in their home on a weekly basis. Wait, what? I do. I always will be on Mr. Sith's case about how his dresser looks like a barn, storage barn, and mine is nice and clean. Just saying. 47% though, people. That's a lot. That's a lot over the clutter in their homes on a weekly basis. I'm telling you. Okay, and so also, so if you are arguing, clean the damn house, get rid of it. You don't need it. Let me tell you some reasons why you don't need it. Okay, these are things that are just random facts. Okay, random facts. Look them up, Google them. I don't care. I'm not, I just look these up, man. There you go. Open to anybody to find out through Google. I'm not like, don't possess this like insight to decluttering statistics, if you know what I mean. So yeah, 40% of couples argue about clutter in their homes on a weekly basis. That's insane to me. 80% of the items people keep are never used. You know what? That is 100% true. I'm finding stuff and I'm like, why do I have this? And then I'll go to put it in the donate bin. And then Mr. Sith, who likes to hold on to things just because, right, kind of runs in his family. I'll be like, why do you need that? It's literally been in a box for as long as we've owned this home. So why do you need it? And if for whatever reason you may need it, we'll just buy a new one. Should that moment arise. It's going, period. I'm really good at decluttering. I don't hold on to anything. Almost to the point of just probably sometimes getting rid of stuff I should probably keep. I'm going to be against the better, probably consensus here with moms, but I only keep some stuff that Peter has made or does. If I kept everything he made, what would I do with it all? It would be a fire hazard, first of all. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I don't need to keep a page that like a coloring page of a squirrel and he just put a brown line through it. You don't need to keep that. You really can let it go. If he made something with his hands, I have like stuff he made in preschool that he made with his handprint. I kept that. In fact, not only did I keep it, I made the picture a nightlight and I have it in one of the bedrooms upstairs. See? So that's the kind of stuff I'll keep. But no, I don't keep everything. I absolutely do not. Sorry, not sorry. So 80% of the items people keep are never used. So look around your house. Why are you keeping it? Go through those cabinets that like you never go to, like the ones above the fridge. I can't wait to open mine because they're literally just going in the garbage, whatever's in there, because I haven't touched it since we moved in. Just saying. What else? Getting rid of clutter eliminates 40% of housework in the average home. Hey, here's me. Ooh, wait a minute. But I'm a pretty good housekeeper. I'm a very good housekeeper. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so I have OCD. You can't even imagine that my house is not like clean. However, because I have a Newfoundland, things happen that never happened before. Like I always have to wash the windowsill and the front windows of my office. Yeah, never had to do that before, Newfie. At least not once every 3 days. Your stairs, all the way up your stairs, there's random stuff like on the risers and on the walls going up. Newfie. We in the Newfoundland community, they call it Newfie glitter. Yeah, they glitter up your whole house. You got to look at all the walls. I literally mop my walls now. So that's like all part of the cleanup. But yeah, you'll look and like randomly you'll see like something on your wall and you're like, what is that? And then you look and it's like, did somebody spill coffee coming up here? Nope, not the coffee color. It's kind of grayish. What kind of coffee is that? Well, that's weird. And then you realize it's noof glitter. So boom. I'm like, oh, my dog just shook his head coming up the stairs and decorated. People who sleep in cluttered rooms are more likely to have sleeping problems. This is 100% true, my friends. Let me explain to you why. Okay, so like my eye is like itching. There, I have now we're talking from someone who has clinical long-term insomnia, like legitimately. And when I sleep hard for like 5 to 6 hours. That is an excellent night. Sometimes I only sleep an hour, couple hours. I want to fix this. I honestly do. But in all, the reality of the situation is this has been going on my entire life since my 20s. It's not going to change now. And when I do get to sleep, I sleep in a trauma position, which is horrible. So I sleep in the T-Rex position where you're all bunched up, and usually side sleepers do this, and you're kind of in the fetal position, but I flip back and forth. So it's like one and then the other side and then the left side and then the right side and then the left side and then it's the right side. And I kind of climb up my pillows. So I have 2 pillows and a long blanket that I use that I kind of roll up like a bolster to go around my neck because I have a cervical compression. And for me, I can't find a pillow that ever works. And I'm not spending $400 for a pillow for side sleepers, for like cervical. Nope, not going to do that. I have a blanket that cost me $19.99. That's what I use. And so I will have that blanket rolled up, but it has to snake around me a certain way. I also can't have a blanket on me. It can only be across my midsection. Yep, I'm that person. I also sleep with a fan on. I also sleep with I like the noise of the air, the air cleaner, purifier. And then I do turn the light off though. I can't sleep with lights. Like I don't do any lights. If there's that tiny little light, even if it's from a watch, it's got to get covered. Like, nope. I do a whole rundown in a hotel before I sleep there. It's like, nope, can't have any lights. Then, and I actually have rolled up towels and put them in front of the bottom of the door. And then, so on top of all of that, okay, sometimes I will even jot the window open. So Mr. Sith hates this part because he sleeps with like all the blankets, and he also sleeps like a foot lower on the bed because even though he's tall, he's always hanging off of it because he prefers it that way, which is weird, but whatever, you know, I sleep weird. He sleeps weird. Okay. But I sleep, what I was saying is T-Rex position is when you take your arms and they're bent and you like bring them up under your chin. So kind of, you know, it's like T-Rex position, duh, right? And let me tell you how incredibly horrible that is for blood flow and for your neck. Even though I got my little blanket bolster, it's horrible. So I'm always like, just like, like just sore and, but I'm telling you, if you can, I know like when we have lots of laundry. So for those of you who actually have been listening for a while, or you know me, you know, I hate laundry. When I do it, it's fantastical because I do laundry, I think, better than any other person on this planet. And, but it's just going up and down 4 flights of stairs to get it done. I don't have laundry on the floor where our closets are. Should I ever buy another house? That's the first thing I'm doing, my friends. But in the meantime, it's trekking down to the basement. Another reason I want the basement redone, because then I could just plop myself down there and crochet while listening to some music or something or crafting, right? And everything's right there. And then I can put it all up. I have a rack now, so I put everything on the rack. And then Mr. Sith comes home and I have him bring everything upstairs. But it just gets tiresome, period. And I also can't leave laundry sit. So once I start a load, I'm in it to win it until it's like in the closet. I don't leave clothes out. I don't leave them in bins. They're folded as they come out of the dryer and hung on hangers so that everything goes right up, and whatever needs to be ironed. Yep, I said it. I still freaking iron. Boom. Okay, whatever. That's probably why I hate doing laundry, but it needs to get done, so I get it done. All right. But I will tell you right now, I know when I'm in my room and I have not done laundry, like currently, it's my whole hamper's filled, plus it's piled up over the hamper, plus it's piled up next to the hamper, and it's actually in a huge hump now, and it's working its way on top of Buster's kennel. Yeah. So Buster's kennel is huge. So it's like, yeah, it's probably time I start doing that. And when I am sitting there, I know that it's there. I know it. And I can't see Mr. Sitz because it's on the other side of the bed in the corner. But boy, I know it's there. He's got a pile too. I actually had him bring his down last night for every intention of doing it today. And I just didn't get to it. I was too busy. I was like, whatever. So when you sleep in cluttered rooms, you're more likely to have sleeping problems, unless you're me. Then you have them all the time because you have brain problems. True. Another fact, on average, a person wastes 12 days a year searching for things. Wait, what? I was like, I usually know where everything is to a T. And I'm sure that all of you women out there who are married have experienced your husband opening the fridge and telling you there's no ketchup. And you're like, it's in the door. And he goes, nope, it's not here. And you go, yeah, it's in the door. And then they continue to stare at the door and tell you, no, we need ketchup. And then you go, it's behind the mayonnaise on the left-hand side of the second shelf under where the butter's kept. Oh, yeah, it's here. I didn't see it because you didn't look. Okay, you just did an observation scan. There are two different things. Looking for something in the fridge and doing an observation scan, which is what I call it. You may feel free to borrow it. Always is what the men do, the observation scan. But we waste, on average, 12 days a year searching for things. Like an average person. People spend more, that means. Here's me. Oh, man, I know. I'm the person who's less, and Mr. Sith is the person who's more, so that we can get this 12-day average. Because mine's probably maybe 7, and his is probably 16, if not more. Maybe 20. Or 21. Oh, I know he's probably listening and he knows I'm 100% okay. So we have a little story in our house about how Mr. Sith will randomly put things after he uses them in random places, and then he doesn't know where he put them because there is no space that he's not organized to actually have a space to do stuff, which is what I'm trying to do. Is I'm decluttering the house now, have a generalized area that's labeled, so that if something comes out of it, it goes back in it. And he can't tell me he couldn't find it because it has a label on it. You know what I'm saying? Or it's a big tool bench. And this is where the utility knives go. And let me tell you about utility knives. I'm pretty sure after we clean the rest of the garage and our basement, there will be about 30 utility knives. Because he buys a new one every time he has a project. Every time. And when I need one, I gotta buy one too. In fact, I bought one that was really cool and fancy and had like some places, and it was easy to open because autoimmune. I have issues opening stuff sometimes. And he borrowed it because he couldn't remember where he had put the last 6 he got. And now I don't know where that one is either. There's that. But 12 days on average, we literally just waste searching for things. 12 days. Could you? It's like a vacation, people. A vacation. Declutter. Do labels. People, this is pretty, I think this is pretty evident, but it is what it is. People with extremely cluttered homes are 77% more likely to be overweight. Now, I agree with this and I disagree with it. So I'm sure that that's the case. Okay. I don't know if this includes hoarders, so don't ask. It's a generic factoid. You know what I'm saying? But I'm overweight and I'm not extremely decluttered. Again, it's a percentage. I'm sorry, I'm like coughing into the microphone. Let me do a little drinky here. My throat was getting really dry. I'm like, wow, I should probably rinse that or people are going to think I'm like slow belching into the microphone. So that was so gross. People with extremely cluttered homes are 77% more likely to be overweight. So a sad but true fact. So if you have elderly people at home, I know that Mr. Smith is currently working with his sister to help their mom out, kind of keep, together her house because it's really bad, and to just keep it at a point where it's safe for her and hygienic. You know what I'm saying? I won't go there because if I do, everything's going in the garbage. Because again, I don't have any issues cleaning, so I would just dump shit. I'm not that person who's like, you watch those hoarder episodes. I can't watch hoarders. Everyone's like, did you ever watch this one? Watched. I'm like, nope, I can't. Because I don't have the empathic nature in me with OCD to wonder why someone's crying over throwing out a bag of garbage with bugs in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do that. Most people would say they can't do that. But they can't do that, like legitimately, because of their disease. And so I can't watch those shows. And you have all these therapists and psychiatrists and counselors, and they're all like, why do you need that? Why do you feel like you want that bad? It kind of stinks. And, there's bugs in it. And I'm just like, throw the damn bag out. Stop it. And I'm like, maybe you should stop being nice and just tell them to throw the damn bag out. So I just changed the channel. So then here's one that really hit home for me. And this is true because it doesn't matter. I did a huge cleansing of Pete's toys at the beginning of this year because we're like flipping over into like big boy stuff. Because he will still play with like trucks and he loves those magnet builders, those things. But he's into engineering, so we don't get rid of those. He's obviously all into Legos. He still loves his Transformers, right? Going, transforming those babies back and forth. Robots to trucks, robots to cars, robots to whatever, right? But kids are happier and play more deeply with fewer toys. And this is true because I see it in Pete. So we got rid of a lot of stuff. So he only has building materials and engineering kind of like toys now. So the magnets, these other kind of tiles, all sorts of building engineering stuff. We keep puzzles because we love those. And, but all of the baby toys, okay, those have all been gone. But he will play with the same set of stuff. In fact, I had to get one of those like canvas square, like storage containers. I got it from like IKEA. I got one to put the dog stuff in so it wouldn't just be like laying on my little extra table. So it looked nice in the corner at least, but it was readily available. And I got one for him to put like all of the stuff that he plays. And usually it's a Legos and with magnet tiles because he creates like kingdoms and stuff around it. And he'll play with that stuff for like hours on end. And that's all he needs. He doesn't need like all of this stuff. We just don't need it. And that's one of the things that we're concentrating this year on Christmas is that we've decided that we just are not going to, we never were people who were like, I guess, gift centered on Christmas. We always preferred to do just, little. Santa on Sunday brings the, something you need, something to read, something you want, something, whatever. There's like 4 things. And I like that, right? That it's just this small amount of thing that you need. And it's easier because then you're concentrating on the real reason for the season, right? We're talking about Jesus. And then also just we also don't have to worry about like all this nonsense that doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. And I'm trying to find something. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember, but I can't remember. But that's what we were going to do. And this year we're breaking down Christmas even further. So I told Mr. Sith that each of us is going to write out a list of 5 things. Like I'm actually presenting the direct links, prices. I'm not even playing, right? And then I want him, and then I will do the same for him. We'll choose one of those 5 things. And that is it. I don't want a bunch of stuff. I'm decluttering my house. What do I want stuff for? You know what I'm saying? We'd rather have memories, okay? We'd rather do the vacations, these spectacular vacations. That's what we want. Experiences, cultures, that kind of stuff. And then for Peter, I told him he could start writing a list. He's never done that in the past, but he's going to do it this year. And then we will pick what he gets on Christmas Eve. So we open our presents amongst each other on Christmas Eve, and then Santa comes on Christmas Day. And that is usually just for the kiddos. And so he will get the something you need, something you want, something to read, something, whatever it is, play with. I don't know. And then you can Google that too. You can Google that too. And it's just going to be easier. And Christmas for us will be by ourselves this year. I was supposed to do that for Thanksgiving, but it turns out that my mother-in-law is coming. You know, it is what it is. But so there are some things I wanted to go. I had some other stuff to talk about, but I'm trying to find the. Because I read something the other day and I was like mortified. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So I love Reddit. I don't know if you guys love Reddit, but I love it. And I'm the only person on Reddit with my real name. And everybody probably thinks it's fake because it's Sith. And if you're like late to the party here, Sith is a word that has been used in the Star Wars movies for like the bad guy empire, or, you know, the Revenge of the Siths. Okay. So there's that. But I read something on here the other day that completely appalled me. Like I could not even, I just was like, wait, where have we come as a society? So I'm just going to read this to me. So it's, first off, it's in the wedding shaming group, which is like, wow. Okay. But I guess this is something when I grew up back in the old days, when you were invited to a wedding, if you were close with the person or they had a wedding shower that you were invited to or that you wanted to go to and maybe you weren't invited to or you can't attend, you sent them a gift off their registry. Okay. You didn't have to, but usually you did. Okay. And then the wedding registry. Then when you went to the actual reception, it was customary to provide an envelope, not required, but customary to provide an envelope to the bride and the groom for an amount that would cover your plates, your food. Okay? So kind of meaning that it would like kind of cover the venue. Now, they also didn't have weddings or do things like they do today, where this Reddit thread just had me like, I was just all out like, wow. Okay. So this poor person, so the title of it is absolutely baffled by the audacity. And I'm like, oh, you had me at your title. Absolutely baffled by the audacity. So I'm just going to read it. It says, my younger brother got married a few weeks ago, and it was overall a lovely evening. Now, this week, I received a text from him saying, okay, so they went to the wedding and now it's a few weeks even, right? They had a lovely time. Okay. And now they get a text 3 weeks later, 2-3 weeks later from his younger brother. And the text says, hi, wife's name, just told me she hasn't received your $115 each. No rush. You can send it to and the email. Wait, what? Here's me like, wait, what does that mean? I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, what? They sent texts? What? Okay, I'm going to read the thread again. I'm sorry. This floors me. This is like, to me, beyond audacity. Now, at no point before now was it communicated to me that they were charging guests to attend. Nowhere on the invitation either. Plus, my husband and I already gave them $400 cash in their card. People, like, stop. All right, I'm going to keep going. The wedding took place at an expensive restaurant downtown in a private room that's famous for its architecture. No idea why they booked that place if they can't afford it. No open bar or dance floor. We didn't even drink alcohol that night and still paid $30 for pop and coffee plus an Uber there and back. His only response is, "Oh, thought you knew. I forgot to tell you. Sorry." All nonchalantly. So infuriating, you think? It got heated, and I eventually told him I would send the money, but he can wait now. I'm pissed off. Now I'm considering not sending anything, and if he asks, I'll say, "Oh, I forgot." Oh, did I mention I also got married in June this year, and I didn't charge anyone a dime. What in the Lord's name is going on here? Now, I've seen this trend in new people getting married in the, I guess, latest era. And this seems to be a running theme for the younger folks, that we're just going to have these perfect little picture Instagram moments, but we're not going to pay for them. Are you out of your minds to charge people to go to your wedding? Are you the king? That is insane to me. That is insane. Let me just tell you, if anybody is charging me to go to their wedding, I ain't going. This is a day where you're supposed to, this is what's happened to marriage as well. Let me bring that up right away. This is what's happened to the family unit and how disrespected and trampled it has begun. Weddings have turned into a societal Instagram moment. It has the meaning of your wedding day and celebrating it amongst people who had the time to spend the special first day of the rest of your life, right? In your marriage, who took the time to spend it with you. And these people gave $400 cash, which I think is more than generous, probably because they're good friends. And I've done that as well. Or they are, covering a high plate. Right? This is their sister, their younger brother. Okay. This is insane to even have the audacity to send a text message to anyone that you're charging them to go to your wedding. How? I'm going to go a step further. That isn't even audacity at that point. That is blatantly ignorant. What? How disrespectful to the whole sanctity of marriage. Your wedding is the first day of the rest of your life. It doesn't have to be momentous, because trust me, the rest of the times are momentous in a big way and momentous in a low way. You're going to go through it all. All right. You don't need to. I had like 40, maybe 36 people at my wedding. Okay. My friend bartended for us. We bought our own liquor. We didn't charge people for it. I had a family style dinner that was catered, and I did all my linens, and it was in the basement of our small little Czechoslovakian church in Brookfield, Illinois. Are you out of your mind that you thought I was going to charge people to go? Don't have a big wedding and have everybody think they're going to pay for your picture opportunities. That's so incredibly rude. I thought, you know what? If this is how their wedding's starting, it's really not going anywhere. Like, I don't know how two people are so self-centered that you're marrying each other and you both think that this is a good idea. What say you, audience? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? You can go ahead and type it in the comments on the feed or send me a comment or whatnot. It's just insane. I can't even imagine this insanity. And at the end there, oh, it got heated. I eventually told him I would send him the money. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't send them the money. You know what I would have been like? Oh man, you know what? Bad on me. So I would take, what is it? $115 times 2, because I took my spouse. And then I'd say, hey, by the way, I left you $400. So you could send my check here for the extra back to me. What? What? That's what I'd do. You can go to the bank on that one, legitimately, no pun intended. I would have been like, you, at 230, right? 230, 400 minus 230. Send me the remainder. You can send it. You have 2 weeks to send it to me. I'm going to start charging you interest. What? You got a $400 envelope? And you had the audacity to come to your sister or whatever the heck it is here and her husband and tell them that you were going to be charging them $230 more for attending their wedding? Y'all are tripping out. The world is crazy balls, people. All right. On that note, I will talk to you guys on Saturday when we have another coffee talk. Again, I'm just making them episodes, but it'll be a coffee talk. Well, I guess they're all kind of offie talk. I don't know. I'm doing whatever I want right now. And yeah, so there's that. Till next week, lead with kindness and lean on God. Bye.